Hello guys, so welcome back to Spooktober. I have a bit of an interesting one for you today. So this drawing is entitled Crime Scene and it is based on a book series that I'm writing. It's the second book in the series, sorry. However, it has not been finished being written, and I do need to write more of it. I need to actually sit down and write it. However, I really wanted to do a narration for you. So I'm going to narrate the first couple of chapters of the first book in the series. Now, this book is called Among the Dead. It hasn't been fully edited yet, so there may be some issues with the wording, etc., etc., so please bear with me, but I just really want to give you a quick sneak peek to show you kind of what the story's about and also to accompany the drawing. So I do hope you enjoy. Please let me know what you think down below. Among the Dead, Chapter 1. Have you ever shaken yourself awake with a twitch, felt like you're falling and woke up having bounced from the mattress? It's an interesting feeling, one that can leave you terrified or confused. Imagine for a moment that this happens to you, but it has happened after a traumatic event and not your normal evening routine. This is the way that Evelyn Shepherd awakens, though it's not really an awakening for her. It's simply her body relearning how to live. "Fuck me, that hurt!" she cussed into the darkness, her body rocking with the sudden force of wakefulness and striking about her with a spasm. With her arms being greeted by cold and flinching metal instead of the expected mattress and blankets, panic sets in. The space around her is black as pitch, but she can tell by the way her breath fogs back into her face that it is confined. Desperately, she tries to regain control of her limbs, but the response was less than satisfactory for a mind that was trying to grasp onto its new reality. Her left arm acknowledged her brainwaves with gusto, but her right was a different story. As Evelyn tried to contract her muscles, a blinding white-hot pain lanced down her arm. Gasps of pain echoed through the box that is fast running out of oxygen with each breath. Desperately, while cradling her right arm in her left, tears drying fast on her cheeks, she calls out, hoping that somebody can hear her. "What the hell is going on? Somebody, anybody, help!" When there is no reply, and with the oxygen seemingly running low, Evelyn flails, carelessly trying to find out a way out of the coffin she's found herself in. With a loud, resounding bang, the door at her feet flies open and the rolling tray spills her out unceremoniously into the blinding light. Gratefully, Evelyn gulps down lungfuls of fresher air while her eyes adjust to their now much brighter surroundings. As she focuses and calms her racing mind, she is able to make out where she is. She is at the local morgue, and the first glance tells her that it is after working hours. She is alone for the moment and stretched out naked except for a piece of cloudy plastic sheeting on a metal gurney usually used to preserve the dead. She knows all this to be true without the need for a second glance. After all, she's been here before for her work and for more personal reasons. The ghost of her father's corpse rears its ugly head while she tries to coordinate her legs enough to swing to the floor. With trembling fingers, Evelyn decides that the first thing she must do is take stock of the damage she's received before she can process what has actually happened to her. Without a mirror, though, she realises she won't be able to fully see the extent of the damage. Her right arm has sustained the worst of it, slashed and torn as if some large beast has dug its way through the appendage. The laceration started on her forearm and made the way up past her elbow and out of her view. Her fingers told her what her eyes could not, telling her that her neck had not been out of the sustained assault. With fingertips now stained red, she continued to explore up onto her face. Dragging her fingers down the marks, she tries to rack her brain. How did she get here? What had transpired before the night to end so terribly with a trip here? Where was her partner? Evelyn was a detective and had been for the last 6 years of her life. She'd been on a missing persons case. A group of teenagers more likely classified as kids, had supposedly run away. At least that would probably have been what the parents would have thought if they hadn't had vanished during the biggest missing person spree in years. The sound of the morgue doors opening pulled her from her thoughts, her head snapping up to see who had entered into the room. A man she knew, in an expensive white suit and an air of general superiority, tapped his sunglasses at her by way of greeting. "Good evening, Shepherd." He spoke to her calmly while pulling a seat over from a nearby desk and settling down so that he could watch her. Instinctively, she pulled the plastic sheet around herself, shielding her nakedness from him. "Heartily, sir," she replies, her nerves starting to unwind from their tense state and exhaustion overtaking her. "What's going on? Why am I in a morgue instead of a hospital bed? Are the kids safe?" The smile he gives her is tight-lipped but unpleasant. "Here." He tosses something at her from the side, which she catches with her right hand. Sparks dance across her vision, and for one unsettling moment she thinks she's going to throw up. "You're going to want to put that on pretty sharpish." "Why? I notice you're not really answering my questions. I get that you have them, that you're confused and want answers, but there are things that must be done before..." "Before what?" she snaps, anger adding a heat to her words that she doesn't really mean. Evelyn struggles to get off the sliding drawer, noticing that her boss is refusing to come to her aid. He was even faking his relaxed demeanour, a little too much tightness around the lips and muscles in the neck straining. The smile that he gives her as two other people enters the room is poisonous and makes unease settle in her stomach. They are both wearing heavy, heat-proof suits, shiny silver monsters with long, slender guns and tanks on their backs. She pauses, trying to decide if she can run past them before they incinerate her with their weapons or if she should just wait. Before these nice gentlemen decide if you need to die again or not.